This is Billy. He likes to have things his way, and when he doesn't get things his way, he tries to get his way through force. This is Jack. He likes to treat others the way that he would want them to treat him, so he doesn't try to force people to do what he wants. And this is Max. Max is a dog that was given to Billy as a birthday present. At first, Billy was happy with Max, and Max was happy with Billy. But it didn't take Billy very long to get upset with Max, because when Billy would throw a ball, Max would just look up at him and wag his tail. When Billy told Max to roll over, Max would just look at him and wag his tail. When Billy told Max to speak, yep, Max just wagged his tail. Billy yelled at Max, "Roll over." Max didn't like yelling. "Go get the ball," Billy yelled. Max was afraid. Billy was frustrated with Max because he wouldn't do what he wanted. So Billy called Max names and went inside the house. This went on for a few days. Over and over again, Billy yelled at Max and was mean to him, trying to force Max to do what he wanted him to do. But it never worked. Max became afraid of Billy. And then Billy just stopped playing with Max altogether. The only time Max got any company was when Billy's mom would feed him in the morning. Max was lonely. Sometimes he could hear someone inside. He would go to the door and look in, but no one came to play. One day, Max found a hole in the fence. He wiggled and squirmed until he popped out the other side. He was in a new world, and it didn't take him very long to get into trouble. He got chased by a big dog and attacked by a cat. It was a big stinky cat, too. Sorry. And he almost got run over by a car. And when Jack found Max, he was hiding behind a garbage can. Jack took Max home. He cleaned him up and fed him. And then Jack and his mother put up flyers around the neighborhood about Max and waited for someone to call. In the meantime, Jack would sit and pet Max and talk to him and tell him he was a good dog. They played tug-of-war. Max played keep-away, and they took turns chasing each other around the yard. Before very long, they were the best of friends. And as it turns out, Max was a very smart dog. Jack taught him how to fetch, how to shake, how to roll over, how to play dead, along with many other tricks. Nobody ever called about Max, and after 2 months, it seemed to Jack and his mom that nobody would. Jack's mom said he could keep Max. Jack was thrilled. Max wagged his tail. Not long after that, Jack was in his yard playing with Max when Billy walked by. Billy recognized Max right away. He watched as Max and Jack played together. He watched all the tricks that Max could do, and he wanted him back. He went straight home and told his mom that he had found Max. Billy and his mom went over to Jack's house and rang the doorbell. After Billy's mom heard the story, she told Jack that he had to give Max back to Billy. And with tears in his eyes, he handed Max back. Jack cried himself to sleep that night. He missed Max a lot. When Billy got home with Max, he took him in the backyard to show his mother what Max could do. But when Billy threw the ball, Max wouldn't go get it. Max wouldn't roll over for Billy, no matter how much Billy yelled at him. He wouldn't do any of the tricks that he did with Jack. Billy called Max names and went inside the house. The next day when Jack got home from school, he was very sad. Jack's mother told him to go play outside. She said it would make him feel better. Jack went outside, and he almost got knocked over by Max. Max was back! Jack's mom came out and told Jack that Billy's mom had brought Max back while he was at school. She said that Billy didn't love Max the way that Jack did, and besides that, Billy had a new video game that took up most of his time now, so he didn't even miss Max. Jack and Max were the best of friends for years, and they were very close because they loved each other. Billy tried to force Max to do what he wanted, but Max wouldn't do it because he didn't love Billy. And Max loved spending time with Jack because Jack showed Max that he loved him. If you have a love for God, you will have a love for others as well, because one of the results of a strong relationship with Jesus is love for others. Do you realize how many people don't understand that you can't force someone or something to love you? God is very wise. He allows us to make our own decision about whether we love Him or not. He never forces us to make choices. He always leaves it up to us to choose. Even though Jesus gave His life for us because He loves us so very much, He waits patiently for us to come to Him. He wants you to love Him because He loves you, not because He tells you to. Amen.